Hey guys, it's Emma here, and I have my recent reads slash favourite read for July for you. So as I said in my previous video, what I do is I try and mix up the books that I'm reading every month. So I try and read at least one or two from my Kindle Unlimited subscription, just so I'm getting the money's worth out of that. And all the book subscription boxes that I get, I try and read some of them in the month, like before the next one is coming. And just books I've got in charity shops just to try and make some space. So yeah, I try and rotate what I'm reading every month, so I'm getting a good different variety of books as well as just all the stuff I need to get through. So let's just get right into it. I will just read off the things I read in July first, and then at the end I will go and let you know my favourite read of the month. Okay, so here we go. So I've got my Goodreads app up. Now, as I said in the June one, I read Lissy's Story by Stephen King, started it in June and finished it in July. So for the start of my July one, Lissy's Story by Stephen King. And then I read some comics. So that was Homesick Pilots Volume 1, Critical Hit Volume 1, Ghosted Volume 1, Vinegar Teeth, All Hail God Mammon, Samurai's Blood Volume 1, so they were all comics. And the next ones are comics as well, but it's like a big hardcover issues of Saga, so that's Saga Book 1, Book 2 and Book 3, and there are 3 volumes of Saga in each book. So that was like a reread because I just upgraded them. And then I read a book about Dave Mustaine, so it's Mustaine, A Life in Metal. And then another book was from one of my Box of Stories boxes, I think, and that's Secrets We Keep. And then on my Kindle Unlimited subscription, I read World War Metal Volume 1, Volume 2 and Volume 3, so they were books. Another book from my Box of Stories box was Sugar Money. And then one of my charity shop finds was Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And then we've got a couple of other comics here, and they're Nomen Omen Volume 1 and 2. And Red Noise, which was a book from one of my subscription boxes as well. I think that was a sci-fi Box of Stories one. And then my comics, these were just a reread, decide if I want to keep them or not. So I reread my comics The Beauty, Volume 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There's a 6th one coming out in January, so I'm going to hang on till then and read that last one. And then I read one of the big library edition Buffy comics. That was Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 12 in just one big comic. So yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 12, that is the last thing on my list that I read in July. And then we go into August, which will be next month. So my favourite read out of all of those things, I was actually getting kind of worried because I was getting near the end of the month and I reread a lot of my things that month just to see what I want to do with them or just to reread them in a different format. So I love those things, but there was nothing that was blowing me out of the water as much as last month's one, The House of 100 Whispers. Really just took me by surprise and I just absolutely loved it. I was getting near the end of the month and I hadn't found anything like that yet, but I did. So my favourite read for July is Red Noise, and this is by John P. Murphy. I freaking love this book. I'm so glad I got it in my Box of Stories, my sci-fi fantasy one. I think this is the last book that I had in that box still to read. So yeah, I read it and it just absolutely blew me away, and I would definitely recommend it. So I will just read the back because I don't want to give away too much, but I'll read the blurb. So it says, "Call her Jane if you need a name. Just remember, she's not here to make friends. Broke and out of fuel, a wildcat asteroid miner comes to Station 35 looking to sell her cargo and get back to the life of solitude that she craves. Instead, the cheating thieves who run the place leave her deep in debt. Desperate to get away, she finds herself swept up in a 3-way standoff between gangs and crooked cops. Faced with a decision to take sides or clean out the Augean stables, she breaks out the grenades." So yeah, that doesn't give anything away, but yeah, it's almost like a sci-fi space western even, in slight samurai. You can see the samurai sword on the cover, bit more a western. But yeah, it's basically just this character who, one of the things I love about it is it doesn't give away, you never find out what her name is. And I'm like, it's 100 pages into the book and you still don't know what her name is. And then you think you're going to find it out, but that's not her name either. But that's like 100 pages in. So they basically just call her the Miner the whole way through. So it just feels like one of these kind of like Western movies where it's just, you know, they don't have a name, but they just have like a kind of like a nickname or something that they're known by. Like, it was just really good. I just really loved this book. But yeah, also it kind of gave me some like Alien vibes. So anyone out there who's read any of the Alien novels and are also interested like in the people on the stations or wherever they are in space, as well as just like reading about the alien, people that are interested in the people on the station and what they're doing and all their like ins and outs and, you know, fights and friends and all that, like their lives on there, they will love this book because it just gave me that kind of vibe, but just without the alien. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what more I can say about this one to say how good it is it was awesome. So I'll definitely be keeping this one. I'm not getting rid of this one. This will be going into my collection and I will give it a reread at some point. But yeah, that is my recommendation for July, is Red Noise by John P. Murphy. So that's it for this one, guys. Give it a comment down below, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I will catch you next time. Bye!